Hi, I'm Brian Hauser, Assistant Professor of Film at Clarkson University.
And I am Christina Xydias. I'm an Assistant Professor of Political Science, also at Clarkson University.
We're the team behind Non-Traditional, a feature-length independent drama about a 26-year-old female combat veteran embarking on her freshman year of college.
We're going to talk to you today about how we brought the film to the screen, and more specifically about how we worked to preserve the voices of female student veterans in this fictional drama.
The story behind Non-Traditional began at The Ohio State University in 2004, where I was a PhD student in English. I had just returned from a year of active duty with the U.S. Army, serving in military intelligence, primarily with the U.S. Central Command headquarters.
When Brian returned to the classroom in 2004, he noted how easy it was for him to pick out his male veteran students even when they didn't identify themselves. He soon realized that he must have some female veteran students in his classes also, but they were a far less visible presence.
The relative invisibility of female veterans in the classroom was the kernel that eventually expanded into the screenplay for Non-Traditional. I felt like I could tell a compelling story about a returning veteran starting out in college, but I didn't think I knew enough to make the main character a female veteran.
I was also working on my graduate degree at Ohio State. I was doing interviews as part of my dissertation fieldwork. And so we decided to do interviews with female student veterans at Ohio State. We did so with the help of OSU's Office of Veterans Affairs.
We were able to interview 8 female student veterans about their experiences, both in the military and in the classroom.
And I had thought about it for a while because my dad, my brother, my uncle, my sister, they were all military. And I wanted to be a cop for Columbus. At the time, I was doing some research on it, and you had to have minimum of an associate's degree or military service.
My basic training wasn't easy by any means, but I expected it to be a lot harder. And I really expected to not like basic and everything in that area. And I expected I would really like my AIT, and it turned out to be exactly the opposite.
At the same time, it's you can't make a big deal about it either, because then you're the girl who made a big deal.
Everything you work for, everything you're trained for and you're ready for, and you're sitting there sucking on your thumb in the rear. It's like nothing's worse than rear D. The only good thing for me is I was the only crew chief left behind with 12 pilots, so I had 4 aircraft to worry about. You have to fly a lot, but getting left behind was the worst feeling in the world. It's like, see all your friends leave and like to take off. It's like, you just want to cry. I know it's terrible, but I was more upset watching my unit leave than when my husband left, and they all left within like a month of each other. When my husband went to OEF, and my company went with the CAV over to Iraq, I was more upset over that than I was my husband leaving. It's like, yeah, fun. Oh God, you're leaving me. Maybe that was a sign that we were going to get divorced. I don't know. Maybe.
True. Because when you're on a mission because we went on the road, so when you're on a mission with these guys, you're literally trusting them with your life.
Right.
And they're trusting you with their lives.
And then you meet women who are against other women. They don't like women. I didn't realize this until I went on deployment. I didn't know that you can have women who don't like women.
As far as there was no real help from the school or support like that, it was just kind of like, okay, you go to school here now. But
With over 9 hours of audio interviews, I set to work to write a story that would preserve the spirit of what we had heard from the women that we interviewed.
At the same time, we wanted a story that we would be able to produce ourselves as a micro-budget film.
The script went through a number of drafts in the fall of 2012, with input from Christina as our producer and from our lead, Kat Evans, who plays Staff Sergeant Erica Bird. We tried to integrate into the script sentiments, moments of surprise, or anger or joy from the interviews we had conducted to make some of those experiences part of the film.
Pre-production continued through the spring of 2013, and principal photography took place over the month of July that year.
Can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I received a tuition letter yesterday, and I've been charged in error.
Okay, what is your name?
Bird, B-Y-R-D, Erica M., freshman.
Okay, yep, out of state.
That's the thing, ma'am. I'm not out of state.
Did you live in New York for the past 12 months?
No, ma'am.
Then you're registered as an out-of-state student and you have to pay out-of-state tuition.
No, ma'am, I do not.
Look, where did you live for the last year?
Baghdad.
Okay.
You still have a lot of work to do.
I've said everything I think. I've made every sentence better. You said be economical.
Polish isn't revision. Erica, what you've written here is adequate.
Adequate.
But I'm looking to have you push beyond adequate.
I added that section at the end. I answered every one of your questions.
You did, but it feels tacked on because it is. The first draft you gave me was all you. This one is all you with just a little bit of me.
I don't know what you want.
What I'm looking for is a revised draft from the new you.
The new me.
You know what you thought when you wrote the first draft. If you haven't learned anything else, anything more after that, how can the essay be any better?
I don't get the point of this. In the Army, when you're in training, everything is tasks, conditions, and standards. It's clear. This is not.
With Non-Traditional, we worked hard to tell a story that hadn't really been told by Hollywood yet. Independent films had paid more attention to female veterans post 9/11, but mostly as wives and mothers. 2008 saw the release of Return, about the struggles of a National Guard soldier coming home and resuming her life as a wife and mother.
Similarly, 2013's Fort Bliss focuses on a female veteran as a single mother trying to reconnect with her 5-year-old son after a lengthy deployment.
These films, along with Non-Traditional, are important first steps in using narrative cinema to tell the stories of our female veterans.
With Non-Traditional, we did our best to listen to the voices of the female veterans we had interviewed so that we could convey their experiences through narrative fiction and move beyond our preconceptions.
Thanks for listening, and please feel free to contact us either by email or through the film's website.
And we hope that you'll come see Non-Traditional Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. in the Marriott. That's Florida Ballroom 6 on level 2.